I used to have a sugar daddy that worked in the music industry. And from someone who just literally danced for these rappers, let me explain something. These rappers don't have no money. They don't. The label takes all their money. They do. When you sign that name on the dotted line, I don't necessarily mean it's you signing your soul over. It necessarily means you are in a binding contract and you're going to have to pay this money back.
Man, I might piss some people off with this one, but here it goes. Your favorite rapper is probably completely broke. And I'm not just talking broke, I'm talking like millions and millions of dollars in debt. Like, there are honestly so freaking many examples of record labels completely screwing their artists out of millions and millions of dollars and making them pretty much work slaves because they gotta pay out these debts. It's honestly insane. Like, I'm sure most of us already know about the Lil Uzi situation where he's trying to renegotiate his contract, which is why he hasn't been dropping like any music recently. And then there was a Lil Wayne situation where he literally had to sue Birdman because he wasn't getting enough money. But I want to show you the most recent example of an artist most likely just signing their life away completely and having no idea. Glorilla, who just signed to this man here, Yo Gotti. Now, I'm not making any accusations or anything to Yo Gotti because I haven't heard really much bad stuff about him and his contracts, but I'm gonna just show you how these record labels screw over artists. So when a music label is trying to entice a potential talent who most likely came from poverty to sign with them, what do you think they usually use? Money, jewelry, and other materialistic items, cars, houses, things like that. So the goal of these music labels is for you to just hear the numbers and think about the jewelry, but not think about what the actual contract is. So when they give these artists these contracts, the contracts will usually have something like, it'll say in really big bold letters like $3 million up front, and then another big set of bold letters will say like one of our exclusive gold chains for the record label. And these artists not wanting to read through all this paperwork and look at the fine print, they're like, oh wow, $3 million and a gold chain? I'm signing right away. Didn't even bring a lawyer or anything. Because some of these artists will read through their contract, but they'll use so much legal and technical jargon that they have pretty much no idea what they're even reading. So you need some sort of lawyer or person to like read through that contract for you and explain what exactly this stuff means. Alright, so here's how the chess game is played. Yo Gotti sends Glorilla a message, come to this private jet lot, I got a contract for you and some money. First thing Yo Gotti does, boom, puts a giant stack of money on the table. So you're like, oh wow, that's a lot of money. Well, that's crazy. Next thing Yo Gotti does, passes you an expensive looking gold chain with diamonds and all types of stuff in it. So while you're geeking out about the private jet and the plane and the money, he slides you the contract real fast. He's like, sign this and it's all yours. You sign it right away because you're like, oh, I want all of this, I need it. Didn't even read the contract, don't even realize that all that stuff was a loan that you have to pay back in interest. Now you're a slave. But you're so geeked out and happy about holding this big stack of money, you have no idea. Not saying this happened in this situation, but this is how it happens.